Hello, I am Mystic. Last episode of Mystic's Guide to Streaming was a little bit too short because I intended it for it to be for short form content. And so the aftermath of that was me actually deciding to put it on YouTube long form. But that means every episode of it from here on out is going to be much longer than 1 minute and 36 seconds. So don't worry, I'm going to be putting more information in these videos from here on out. But anyways, I also am trying to be a little bit more natural on camera. Looking back at that first episode, it felt so unnatural to me because I was like, this is a thing. This is how you do thing. I don't know. It felt really weird. This time around, we are going to do it in a much clearer way. And I'm going to try to actually go over the things that I need to go over in more depth this time. You might remember from last episode, the first episode, it was more of an intro anyways, but I was talking about how there are 3 types of ways to stream, essentially. You can stream off of a PC, a console, or your mobile device. And I have the most experience with PC streaming, specifically from a desktop on the software OBS. So because that is my thing that I am the most familiar with, my setup, I guess you could say. Most of this series is definitely going to be going more into depth on that, but I don't want to leave anybody out if I can. I don't want to leave anybody behind. So for those of you who do console stream or mobile stream, or if you're looking into those, I do still want to give as much information as I feel like I'm able to you, so that you're not confused or left out of this entirely. I also feel like there is technically less to it in comparison to PC streaming, but I still want to give it the respect of actually putting an effort in to try to explain it to you guys. I haven't breathed for the past 2 minutes properly, it feels like. Jesus. And like I said, I don't have as much experience with mobile or console streaming, although I have done both of them. Do not be afraid to just start. It doesn't matter what you have, as long as you have the bare bone basics, you can start streaming. Remember, I will probably say this at least once in like every episode of this if we're talking about it, but like, you do not need a bunch of fancy shit to start. I have sort of fancy shit now, but I've been doing this for 4 years this year. There's no need for you to have incredibly fancy stuff when you start out. So don't feel stressed about that. You will be fine. It is not required. Pause. Hi. It's me from the future, editing Mystic, if you will. I realized something when I was editing this video. I may have forgotten to mention something that's kind of relevant. I want you to know that extensions on Twitch actually allow you to have an overlay. It's on Twitch's side, not from yourself, so if you can't do it because you're not on a PC, this is a potential great option. The main one that I've heard of is called Overlay Expert. I haven't used it myself much, but if you guys want a tutorial or some kind of like how-to on that in the future, please let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely do that. Even though this video is intended to be simple and straightforward about the basics, I still wanted to add that because I think it's relevant. Okay, editing Mystic out, I just wanted to say that. Bye! Let's start with console first of all. Let's just talk about console streaming. Because that one, having the, in my opinion, least amount of versatility, we should cover that first because it has less things to talk about, in my experience. That's not a bad thing. You can do a lot with console streaming, in my opinion. At least in the sense of, like, quality nowadays. I have a friend, actually. He doesn't stream a lot, but he streams a little bit. And he has, I think, an Xbox Series, and he has it plugged in with an Ethernet cable. And when he streams, he's only got the game and his mic, but it looks and sounds really good. I will say that, like, you can have a good quality stream with just a console. Just a console and a mic, and you're good. And when I say a mic, I mean like a headset, like one of these. There is a slot for a mic to go in this headset of mine. I just lost it because it was an attachment, and I thought I would never need it. Except for the fact that I didn't consider I might want to do tutorials at some point. So why did I do that? Me? Huh? Anyways, so the main point that I want to talk about first, like I said, let's go over console. So I would say for what you need to start streaming on console is you physically need a console. So you have the option, like I said in the first video, you have, as far as I'm aware, you cannot stream off of an Xbox 360 anymore. You need at least an Xbox One or newer, or a PlayStation 4 or newer, which I did say in the first video. You're gonna want the Twitch app downloaded. I recommend having a headset, like I was talking about. The one I use, specifically the one I use, is a HyperX It's a HyperX CloudX headset. So it's that, whatever I just told you it was, I just forgot in the moment. But yeah, so you can get a headset. It doesn't have to be the same one I have, obviously. I just believe this is a good headset. Although, I've never used the mic attachment on it before. But I will say overall for audio and comfort, I do have fairly small ears, but I will say that this is a very comfortable headset. Next step, after making sure you got your console, the Twitch app downloaded, and a headset with a mic, is you're going to want... You're going to want a brain. You're going to want to prepare yourself mentally. Find a time when you're ready to stream. Also, the reason why I was recommending having a headset with a mic is because you want to be able to talk to chat. The reason why people come to Twitch is for live streaming content, meaning they can interact with the person who is streaming. I feel like it's rare that somebody comes to Twitch to just like watch something and not interact in any capacity or not have the opportunity to interact. There are a lot of lurkers on the site. I myself tend to be a lurker, so I understand. I'm not talking about lurkers in this case. People come to Twitch to interact with people. That's kind of the appeal of live streaming, I would say, versus watching a pre-recorded YouTube video like this is. It can be really social anxiety inducing to like, you know, live stream for the first time, especially if you worry about not streaming to anybody at first. Do not worry about the fact that you may not be streaming to anyone at first. Almost, like, literally everybody starts that way. You start out streaming to 0 viewers. It is totally normal. It takes a lot to break out of that and move forward. And I will go over that stuff later, but I will not get carried away with that right now because my ADHD wants to, but I cannot let it. When it comes to general tips for console streaming and mobile streaming, I would say you want to plug an Ethernet cable into your console if you can. That's the little like internet cable that comes from your router to your console. You can get long ones like 50 to 100 feet. Try to do a bit of measuring to see how much you need and get one that has a little extra slack, like extra feet than you think you need, so that you don't have to worry about not having enough cable. But plugging in your console, if you're able to, is going to be a lot better because running off of a wired internet connection is going to be a lot smoother than running off of a wireless internet connection, so Wi-Fi. And also, if you stream off of Wi-Fi, then you're competing with the other people in your household that are using the Wi-Fi with their devices. It's okay if you don't have a choice. Do your best to try to work around their schedules, see if you can stream when they're maybe not using a lot of stuff or if they're out of the house, that kind of thing. But if you are able to, I would recommend getting an Ethernet cable and plugging that into the back of your console, because that will make your stream the smoothest it can be. That can also be something you work towards over time. That's totally okay. Now we're going to move on to mobile streaming. As I was talking about that earlier, mobile streaming, I feel like has a bit more versatility than console streaming. So if you do plan to mobile stream, you do have a little bit more to work with. I, in my experience, have only ever mobile streamed off my phone. I've done it off of 2 different phones. A few years ago, I did it off of the old phone that I had, which was way less quality and like specs. That doesn't make any sense, sorry. It had way worse specs than this phone does that I use now. So I streamed off of that a couple times, and I streamed off of this a couple times. And this phone is a lot better. Hi guys, it's Editing Mystic here. So this is some footage of what Twitch Mobile looks like. I'm going to be really quick about this. I just want to show you what the buttons do and what they are. This top section shows your category and your title. This bottom section from left to right is start streaming, mute or unmute, swap camera, swap scenes, edit your stream info, hide chat, and exit out of the streaming part of the app. If you press the 3-dot menu, you'll see the Edit Stream Info tab, and that's what this looks like. If you click the Scenes tab, you'll see the Be Right Back scene option. This is what that looks like. The Swap Camera button was actually my favorite to demonstrate. Here's some free Luna content for you guys. Isn't she just the cutest little bye-bye? And one more thing before I forget, on the left side of the screen is where you can see if you're offline or online, the duration of your stream, the amount of viewers you have, and the amount of followers you have. I hope this helped. Now let's get back to the video. The quality of your stream will depend on the hardware, I guess you could say, of your phone, its capabilities, how good it is. Don't be put off by that though. If you have a bit of an older phone, you can still do a stream. I would say like if your phone came from the past like 5-ish years, you're fine. I want to say that, especially because phones nowadays are just like so powerful. So for mobile streaming, you need the Twitch app on your smartphone You need your smartphone to meet the minimum requirements to run the app, and you need potentially your phone charger, depending on how long you're going to stream for so that your phone doesn't die while you're streaming. And if you want to, as an optional addition, you could use an external mic. The easiest and cheapest way to do that, I would recommend, would be using a lavalier mic. You can get those on Amazon. You can either get a wireless one or a wired one. I don't have personal experience with wireless ones, but I've seen them popping up more lately, and they've, I think, been rising in popularity, so you could try it, just make sure it is compatible with your phone. I do have a lavalier mic that I've used with my phone before. This phone, however, does not have an audio jack. Can you see that? Yeah, it's only got the charging port and the, mic at the bottom. The built-in one. It's a little annoying, but nowadays you often will have to get an adapter to make an audio jack thing work. An adapter is also thankfully pretty cheap. If you're just starting out, you don't need that. But if you want to upgrade, if you want to invest a little bit of money into your stream, if you're going to mobile stream, I would definitely recommend looking into a lavalier mic, because they can be incredibly helpful for making sure that it just picks up your voice. It usually has a little clip on it and you attach it to your shirt or something, or you can hold it if you want to. I would say that those are very helpful, especially because I know a lot of people who live stream on mobile, they like to go places and do things. A lot of them are IRL streamers that I've seen. You could just be in the comfort of your own home as well, but if you are outside and going places, if you just have your phone mic picking it up and not an external one, it will probably sound a little bit more chaotic, and it's going to be picking up all of the sounds around you for the most part. But if you have a lavalier mic, it should mostly just pick up you, or at the very least, you will be the loudest sound coming through it. That's why I would definitely say if you want to, it would be good to invest just a little bit of money. I would say you can get a decent lavalier mic for like 20 bucks. I'll link one in the caption below, or the description. I don't know how you say it. I'm not a YouTuber yet, okay? Bear with me. I would say definitely get a lavalier mic at some point if you want to, whenever you're ready to. You also don't have to invest any money into streaming, but if you want to improve your stream, I would say it does take a little bit of money, at least partway through the process. But to start, to just begin, you do not have to have that. That's an option. As I was saying before I got rudely interrupted earlier, Twitch does specifically tell like you as a creator, if you go and you look, you'll see that they have a like streaming tools section. They have like stuff for like PC streaming. They tell you about like the extra websites you can use that give you overlays and everything, but they do appear to also have a mobile streaming section, which I haven't really looked into before. So I am not familiar with how those work, but I do want to take the time to investigate those and make an informed video for you guys about that at some point. So if any of you do take interest in mobile streaming and you want to do more than just stream off the Twitch app, I do want to look into that, because I have a friend, he does mobile streaming sometimes when he goes to the gym. He had like an overlay. He had like a photo overlay around his stuff that matched sort of with what his PC streams look like. It was just static. It was just an image. It was just a PNG, but it was still there. And as far as I'm aware, you can't do that with the regular basic Twitch app. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I haven't looked very hard at the Twitch app in a little while, but as far as I know, you can't do that without an external thing. I'm gonna feel real. Okay, future editing me, please tell me if I am at all wrong in any of the bullshit that I'm saying. Last time I was aware, you have to have something extra to do that, other than just stream yourself as your webcam on the Twitch app or a mobile game. So when I make a video later on in this series going more into depth in mobile streaming, because I also do take an interest in doing it sometimes. I am mainly a PC streamer. I'm a facecam PC streamer, but I also take interest in doing some other stuff sometimes, and I have mobile streamed before, very casually, like in the same place that I PC stream. And at the time I did it because I couldn't use my PC. So it's more of been like a necessity thing for me, like a second option, but I do still take interest in it, and I would like to learn more about it so that I can help you guys learn more about it too. And a tip for mobile streaming, or a few tips for mobile streaming, the better phone you have, the nicer your stream will be. That's totally normal, but don't feel put off of it. You don't have to have the latest flagship to actually stream on mobile. You just need to meet the minimum spec requirements to run the app, I believe. There is apparently extra stuff you can do when it comes to mobile streaming that involves more than just the Twitch app. Twitch has information about that in their creator section on the website. but I personally don't have experience with those. I do at some point want to make a video that goes more in depth about how those work, and I want to test them out for myself to see how they work because I've never used them before. And I would like to give you guys more information about that if I can. But for now, I would recommend just using the Twitch app, as that is the most basic way to mobile stream, and it does work pretty well, at least in this experience I've had. If you're gonna stream your webcam, just make sure to clean off your lens first. Like, we use our phones pretty much every day. We touch them, we get our fingerprints all over them. So just make sure to like take a microfiber cloth, or even at the very least like your shirt, and just wipe off the cameras before you start mobile streaming, so that you're not, you know, having a blurry fingerprint cover your like screen essentially for everybody watching. I think that's everything for this video. Sorry about the first video setting expectations differently, because the first one was only 1 minute and 36 seconds long because it was originally designed for short form content, but it's not. Here we are doing long form content properly. But yeah, this video was a lot more in depth. That was the goal, that was the hope. I hope that this helped you. Episode 3 will hopefully be out next week. I do have something that I have to kind of set aside a lot of time for about a week, from like the 14th to the 18th, around there. So I'll be kind of sort of on vacation. I don't know if I'll have time to fully finish editing the 3rd episode before then, so there hopefully won't, but there might be a delay between this episode and the 3rd episode. I want to post them weekly, but if for some reason I can't do it this time, I will let you guys know in a community post and in my Discord. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope it was also a lot more natural than my first one. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a great day. Hopefully, if these tips helped you, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, by the way, as of this video. I'm so excited. And this is my first, like, really official long form video that I've made ever, and I really want to start doing YouTube properly. So I'm really excited that I'm doing this finally, but I hope you have a great day. I think I've said that like 4 times. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, bye.